Hey guys, welcome back to another recipe today. So I'm going to be sharing with you how to do an easy Mexican soup. They're going to be made out of poblano and potato. So in this recipe, we're just going to use some simple ingredients. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to roast our chile poblanos, and I'm only using 2 of these. And I'm using about 2 big potatoes, and we're just going to cut them up in pieces. So we're just going to roast this up. I'll put it in a medium-high heat so it can roast faster. So while those chile poblanos are roasting, I'm going to start cutting up my potatoes. So we just want them kind of like in small cuts. Not too big and not too small. You guys, I already cut them up and I have them in cold water just because I don't want them to get that ugly color. So I'm just going to put these aside and we're going to start in our ingredients. So we're going to use about, I'm just going to use maybe 1/3 of the onion. So it's a pretty big onion. So I already chopped my onion. Now we're going to start chopping up our tomatoes. And I'm using the small tomatoes, so you can use either 3 or 4 tomatoes. And this is what's going to make our caldo, which is the soup. Okay, so I'm going to use the onion and this tomato just to saute our potatoes, and for our caldito we're going to use about 3 or 4 tomatoes depending how big they are. So I have 3 tomatoes here and just a small white piece onion because we are going to blend this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pot and put these to boil. So while I have that water boiling, I'm going to cut these in half. This is going to be for our caldo. And I am adding 2 chile jalapenos. I want to have that kind of, it's not going to be too spicy, but just that kick of flavor in there to your caldo. And that's optional if you guys want to add the 2 jalapenos. And our poblanos are still roasting up, so I do have it kind of like in a medium-high heat. So I'm just letting them do its job. Now that it's boiling, I'm going to add my tomatoes in there. And let's not forget our 2 garlic cloves. Yes, so our chile poblanos are ready. Once they are hot, you are going to put them inside a Ziploc bag, and we're going to take the air out and close it really good. We do want to let this sweat in here, so it'll be an easier and faster process so you guys can take off the roasted skin. Okay, so we're going to leave that in there for about a few more minutes. While they are in the bag, I'm going to start doing our sauce. Just like that, guys. I'm going to put it on the side, and we're going to start on the sauce. Okay, guys, so I added all of my ingredients: the garlic, cloves, onion, jalapeno, and our tomato. And I did add close to halfway of water in here because we do want it kind of like liquid because it is going to be a soup recipe. If you feel like you need more water, then just add a little bit more. So now we're just going to add some salt and pepper to our ingredients. Just like a pinch of pepper. And maybe 2 pinches of salt. And I'm going to add a little bit of oregano to this recipe as well. You could add about 1 teaspoon of oregano. Okay, so here's our sauce. Now I'm going to start cooking up our potato. So we're going to add just enough oil just to kind of like saute our tomatoes and onion. And of course we're going to add our potatoes in here. And I'm going to have it in a medium-high heat. And then I'm going to add our potatoes. Okay guys, so we're just going to let this cook in a medium-high heat, and I'm going to cover it up so our potatoes get softened. Once they are softened, we are going to add our sauce. So right now I'm going to start peeling my roasted poblanos while this is cooking, guys. You guys, I have my chile poblanos here, and I'm just going to take them out of the bag. And we're just gonna peel them and take the seeds out as well. Okay, so I took the skin off. Now we're just gonna cut this piece off because we don't want the seeds or this. So I'm just gonna put it on the side. So we're just gonna do rajitas, which is kind of like slices, long slices like this. And obviously you can use more than 2 chile poblanos, so it's up to you guys. Just like that. Okay guys, as you can see, my potatoes are done. We don't want them to really cook in there too much because we are going to add the sauce in after. So here's my sauce. Just going to add it in here. And if you see chunks in there, it's perfectly fine. And we're just going to mix it. I'm going to have it in a medium-high heat, guys, because I want this to start to kind of like simmer in a little bit or bubble up. You can still see the jalapenos in there, which is fine. But if you want everything to be blended in really well, you can always blend it all the way. Adding about 2 tablespoons of the chicken bouillon flavor. So it'll be 2. You can add only 1. Mix it. And you can always taste for flavor at the end. If it needs more flavor, you can always add a little bit more salt. Okay, so since I do want it a little bit kind of creamy, I'm going to add 1/2 cup, which is this size, of heavy whipping cream, guys. So I'm adding about 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Just like that. Or queso fresco in pieces, and I'm using the whole queso fresco. I guess it's either way you guys want to cut it. I don't want to cut them too small. Just like that. Okay guys, so I had this in here for about a minute, so it's fine. Now I'm going to add my cheese. This dish is going to be so good, guys. So I'm just going to let this simmer in for about a minute or 2, or until your cheese is melted. I'm going to taste it for flavor, just to make sure it has enough flavor. So the broth is perfect, guys. And if you're using 2 jalapenos, that's perfect enough if you like it spicy to have that kick in there. But if you don't want to add the jalapenos, or you can always add 1 jalapeno and take out the seeds so it won't be spicy for you guys, that'll be perfect. But for me, this is perfect. And the flavor is just perfect as well. So now I'm just going to cover this up and let it simmer in for a minute or 2, or until your cheese is melted. And that's it, guys. Guys, I did forget to mention I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro in there, and this is optional if you want to add cilantro. Okay guys, this is how it came out. You can see the chile poblano, cilantro, our queso fresco, and of course our potatoes were in there as well. Look at all this deliciousness, guys. So yeah, so if you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to share and comment down below, and of course always leave a big thumbs up in my video. That way my recipes will be recommended a lot more. And with that being said, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.